I'm going to repeat what I just said. So our learning intention for today is to effectively analyze and use the y equals mx plus b equation, but also identify when graphs are increasing, decreasing, are horizontal or vertical. And we're looking at standard 8 EE5. Says that I will be successful when I can use points from a table to plot a graph and also identify if it's vertical, horizontal, increasing, or decreasing. So first thing we want to look at is graphs that are vertical, which is very simple. All right, so we have our graph. We have the y-axis, the x-axis, or 0. And graphs that are vertical are vertical. What can we say about this graph in terms of the slope? The slope is equal to what? That's correct. So slopes that are vertical are undefined. Not slopes that are vertical. Lines that are vertical are undefined. Let's look at another graph. What if we have a graph that is we have our y-axis or x-axis. Keep in mind, see, I always label my graphs before I do anything else. All right. What if my line was horizontal? What can I say about my slope then?
0.
Yes, my slope is 0. Okay. So that's when we're talking about vertical graphs or horizontal graphs. This is what it looks like, and that's what our slopes end up being. Now let's look at a graph that is increasing and a graph that is decreasing. So I have a graph, boop, 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 boop. I'm going to go ahead and label it. Okay. I want to see what you think first. So if my graph goes like that, so let's redo that one. My graph goes like that. Is this one increasing or decreasing in terms of?
Increase.
Yeah, this slope is increasing. This is an increasing graph. Here it is. And then now let's look at a decreasing graph. I'm going to label my graphs. Oh, let's use a different color, Mr. Midnight. Boop. So this one turns out to be decreasing. There it is. Let's make this a capital D. So whenever we have graphs and we plot our points and we go in and they end up being in this direction or this one, we know that it's increasing. If it's going from left to right but going down, that's decreasing. So that's another way you could look at it. So left to right, it goes up, that's increasing. And that makes it a positive graph because it's increasing. All right, if it's going left to right but it's going down, that makes it a negative graph. So it's decreasing. Okay. And then if we go back and we look at the two other slopes. So if it's vertical, it's undefined. If it's horizontal, then it's the slope is 0. Okay, so those are just 4 different things we want to look at whenever we're identifying graphs. All right, so now let's really look at how do we plot a graph from a table, all right? And it's similar to what we've been doing before. So you have the x value and the y value. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw sketch my graph. Okay. Label x and y. 0, 1, 2, 3, -1, -2, -3. 1, 2. Oh, this goes up to 11. So what I'm going to do so that all my numbers fit, I'm going to start at, start at, I'm gonna go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And then let me extend this line right here so that it fits. This is gonna be 12. There it is. Now all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go point by point and plot them in. So the first one is -2, 3. So I'm gonna find -2 on my x-axis, which is here, and then I'm gonna find 3 on the y-axis. 3 is in between 2 and 4, right? So it's gonna be right there. That's that point. Now -1, 5, -1, and then I'm gonna find 5, which is about right there. Then 0, 7, and then 1, 9, it's about right there. And then 2, 11, which is about right here. Again, this is just a sketch. And you go through and then you connect the dots. And that's how you get your line. Again, you could take take 2 points from this and find your slope. And from here, what would I say my y-intercept is? So you know y-intercept is represented by b. What would be my y-intercept? You could look at the table, you could look at the graph. What would be my y-intercept? Let's look at my y-intercept. Where does it cross the y-axis? So remember, this right here is the y-axis, right? Where does the line cross the y-axis? Yeah, someone said 7. It crosses the y-axis at 7. So wherever x is 0, the y-axis is what y is. So y is 7. So when x is 0, y is 7. So that's our y-axis. So x, so 7. I'm going to put it right there. Now, from looking at this graph, is it increasing, decreasing? Is it horizontal or vertical?
Increasing.
Increasing graph. Yes. Increasing. There it is. So I just wanted to go back, review this first part. Let me pull it up. So that's the assignment. But right here, I want to go back. It says use points from a table to plot a graph. That's one of the examples we just did. But then also identify when a graph is vertical, horizontal, increasing, or decreasing. If you have any questions about this, just let me know. I'm gonna